Now let's say we have your actual design by the time we get started on the removal, and we find, is it okay if I draw on you a little more?
Mm-hmm.
We find that the size of the tattoo is going to be more like this. Centered a little more on the forearm and getting rid of this in its entirety. Then it's no problem. Then what we do is we concentrate just like we have here. Again, we're still going to go for the majority of the removal of all the black work. We're going to remove all this in its entirety over the course of our 3 sittings. But let's say your design has a fair amount of black work in it.
Mm-hmm.
Say in hair specifically. So what that gives us is it gives us the ability to say, even though we're going to completely remove this, in this area here, we don't need to completely remove it. But what we do need to do is break up the pattern so that once we put the new lines in for the new tattoo, you're not going to see this pattern behind it. We're going to break it up enough that the new lines trick the eye to the point where you don't see it. Because in any cover-up, 9 out of 10 times, if you know what you're looking for, you see the old tattoo.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
It stands through the new tattoo. But if by going in here, we just break up that pattern, then say the new tattoo is going to have a hairline that goes maybe like that. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, then now we know that the majority of this, all we have to do is break it up.
Mm-hmm.
We don't have to completely remove it. We know we need to completely remove this, and we know we need to do more concentrated removal in these areas, but we don't need to do as much here. And then we concentrate on the lines through there, as well as complete removal on the back side, since the new tattoo won't include any of that. But now you've got yourself into a position where instead of having to sit around for literally years going through removal through laser, or going through an entire year of removal through Tatt2Away, now we're going to be able to remove what needs to be removed for the purposes of cover-up, and we can get all that done likely in 2, maybe 3 treatments, which means you will be physically getting tattooed within 8 to 12 months. To do the procedure, we actually use a modified tattoo rotary machine. So this is a pen style machine. And in some Tatt2Away studios, they use more of a traditional looking tattoo machine or Tatt2Away machine. Again, it's a rotary machine. The only difference really between this style of machine, either of these, and an actual tattoo machine is this has the ability to adjust the depth right here, which adjusts the depth of the needle. So the other equipment we use is, I said that we remove the epidermis. The way we remove the epidermis is by using essentially tattoo equipment. We use the machine, and we use what is a 7-round shader needle. It's a cartridge needle. This is not your standard Cheyenne, T-Tac, or Elite needle. This is a specific needle cartridge that is designed just for the Tatt2Away removal system. But then we connect the Teprosol solution to the tubing, and using this Teprosol pump, it pushes the Teprosol through the tubing down into the needle cartridge, and using that's what actually dissolves and lifts away the epidermis and gets down to the needle, or to the pigment itself. So one of the best things that I like about the Tatt2Away and using it for cover-ups specifically is As a tattooist, I'm able to determine exactly what I want to get rid of in its entirety and what I can just break up patterns with. The other cool thing is I'm able to work with other artists. There's artists throughout town that have sent clients to me where we're in the process of removing just partial pieces so that tattooist can then put on the new artwork. I'm able to work hand in hand with other tattooists. We can come in and during a consultation, we can even put a stencil right down on the ink so we know exactly what we need to get rid of. It just gives us the ability to get the customer what they want sooner rather than having to wait for a complete removal. It boils down to flexibility and options.